Hi guys and welcome to our new session. So today what we are going to understand that how we can create a new database, how we can see the new database that has been created, and we'll try to create some new tables and insert data into it. Okay, so first of all what we are going to do is we will connect to this SQL server. So once this SQL server is connected, we'll see this on the left. So in the last class I already told you that how we can connect to the local SQL database. So from here we will do file and new and query. You can also do control N as a shortcut. From the shortcut you can create the new database. So the first thing that we need to understand is that whenever we are creating any new database, this should always be selected as a master. Alright, because this is the one in which we will be, because we are creating a new database and it will only be done through a master itself. So master is another database, but only when you create it on the master it will have the access rights that will help you to create a database. So for example, I create a new database ABCDE, right? So I go and execute it. So now you can see the command completed successfully. And how we can know that our database is created, we'll just go here and we can see that the first database is created as ABCDE. So we'll select this database, and now from these set of database we can check here that it is showing as ABCDE. Just in case that if you don't get see this database created, just go to right click on the database and refresh. So once you refresh, it will show you all the databases that you have created. Now the next thing that we will learn today is that how do we create a table, right? So if it is selected as a master, then the database or the table will be created on the master itself. But if you want to create it on the new database that you have created, so you have to select that database in from this list. So why is it important to select a database? It is very important for us to select the database because sometimes what happens is that when you're working in an organization, you might not have the access for all the databases that is on the server. So you have to select the one where you have the access, and based on that access you can do you can run your queries and you can do rest of the things that you require in the database. So for now we will be creating a new table in this database. So what we are going to do, we'll write create table test. So whenever we create a database, we always have to mention what are the columns that we require and what would be its data type. So data type I'll explain you in the next set of the session. So I'll create a different videos altogether to make you understand what are the different kinds of data sets that we have and how we can use it in our SQL server. So for example, I put here username varchar 100 comma so this should be a comma, not a full stop, comma, and then we will put password varchar 20. Then we have phone number. So always remember, whenever you are creating any new column, it is always advisable that you should use an underscore, because if you do not use an underscore, then there is a different way to run the select the column that I'll explain you later in the classes. So phone number, again we need a varchar. Now I put an email here, which is email. Now I put it as a text. So these are the columns that I require to create a table. So now I execute it. So now here I can see that my command is successfully completed. Now I go and check in the tables whether it is completed or not. So now I can see this DBO test. So what exactly this DBO is? This DBO is known as a schema. So I will have a different class again for to make you understand that what are the schemas and what are the different schemas that we have currently in SQL Server and how we can create the different schemas altogether. Right. So now if I want to check what all I have in my SQL or the table, I'll write select star from test. So by default, if it is DBO, you do not have to mention DBO every time, right? And if you want to run it, you just select this statement and execute. If this is only the statement that you are running on this window, then you do not have to select it. But if you have multiple queries that you need to execute, then you have to select that particular query and then execute. So now what I'm gonna do, I'll insert some value here. I'll write insert into the table name, which is test. Here I have to mention that what columns do I want the value for. So for example, I require username, comma, then we have password, so I'll put it here only, password, comma, phone number, comma, email, and then we put values. Whenever we have any value which is a varchar, that value always and always be in the single quotes itself. So for example, if I put username as user1, password as 12345, phone number as 123123121, so on, whatever phone number you require, right? And then we have the email address, comma, yes at abc.com, or whatever you require. So this is how we will insert the values into the database. So now if I do select star from here, it will show me that we have updated one record, right? So if I run it again, it will create a duplicate value in the table. So now if I check this, so this is the value which is duplicate. But what if we need to put the multiple values in single go? So what I'm going to do, I'll put it as user2. I'll keep the password same, phone number same, and yes, 1 at 123, right? So comma, I'll copy this entire thing here, paste, and I remove this. So I'll put user3, 12345, and yes, 2 at 123. So now when I run this, or when I execute this, it will create two more tables, that two more values in that particular table. Now we have four values, which is user1, user1, user2, user3, and the details of the same. So I have used it as the same detail, but you can change the detail according to what you require. So this is how we can create a database and different tables into the database, into the table, right? So how we can create a new table in the database and how we can insert the values into the database. This is how we can do that. Alright, so guys, I'll request you all to please subscribe our channel and like and share our videos as much as possible, so that everyone who is looking for this kind of solution can it will be useful for them. And we will be creating more useful videos for you guys. And if you have any questions or anything related to the video, or you can suggest us that what kind of video shall we create, or any topics that you need to understand, so we will create the video according to that. All right, thank you, thanks for your time, bye bye.